thank you for tuning into this video. So for today's video, I'm super excited. I'm going to be doing a review and demo of the Natasha Denona Diamond and Blush Palette. Now, if you don't know anything about Natasha Denona is an extremely overpriced brand. Well, not overpriced, an extremely expensive brand. Her eyeshadow palettes are like, what, $200? And so for her spring collection, she came out with this Diamond and Blush palette. Well, she came out with two. I got the one in the color Daria. There is another in the color Citrus, which has more yellows and oranges. This one runs more on the pink side. So what's cool about this palette is it has 6 colors. 3 are creams, 3 are powders, and there's a lot of different finishes in this palette, so it's really neat. So I'm going to quickly go over the packaging of this. It's just a cute pink standard packaging, and I'm just going to open it up so you guys can take a look at what it looks like. Isn't she absolutely stunning? On the Natasha Denona website, it is described as a multi-dimensional texture palette featuring cheek color and a new generation of highlighters, which debuts 4 different glow finishes: a dewy finish, an extreme glow finish, a duochrome finish, and a sparkling glow, which is called the Diamond Powder, with crushed crystals for diamond-like reflections that give a velvet finish and a soft focused effect for an ultimate HD result. This palette retails for $89, so for 6 blushes and highlighters, that's pretty steep of a price. So we're just going to go into every color step by step. How this palette works, this is the top of the palette, but just the way I'm holding it, it's the bottom. These are creams, and it actually has kind of a flap where it covers the creams, which is really nice so that the powders don't get mixed into the creams. And then as you can see, we have the powders down here. So that the way these guys are labeled, these are the diamonds, the blushes, and the glows. So all I've done is swatch them. I haven't gone into the palette itself and put them on my face. This is the glow cream base, and you'll see from the swatch that I don't get any color from it, though I imagine you put this diamond powder on top so that the diamond powder pops out more, so I think that's what this is for. You have this beautiful cream blush right over here, very pigmented. I'm very excited to try this. Now this third color over here is described as a duo glow, and it has pink and yellow duochromes to it. This is a very popular color I've noticed lately. I feel like there's a lot of colors in a lot of palettes right now that are similar to this. Down here we have the Diamond Glow, which is beautiful sparkles. The swatch itself doesn't look that pigmented, but the sparkle effect is beautiful, and I can see that building beautifully on the face and eyes. Right here we have a beautiful powder blush. Very, very stunning. You guys can take a look. And then down here, this is labeled as the Glow Extreme, so I guess it's supposed to give you a really strong glow, but we will see that. I wasn't too impressed with the swatches from the Diamond Powder or the Glow Extreme Powder, but I don't want to judge it too much until we throw it all on the face. Now, if you go on Natasha Denona's website, there actually is a how to use section, which I'm going to kind of glance at and use as reference, but I don't know if I'm going to completely follow it because I want to try it how I want to try it. So step 1 is cream blush application, which is what I am going to do. And it says apply with damp makeup sponge or finger on top of foundation or bare skin. So I'm not a big cream blush person, but I want to be. Okay, so I zoomed in. I have a full face of makeup on right now. I just don't have any color, so I don't have any blush or highlights. So let's add a little bit of dimension and liveliness. So I'm starting off with the cream blush. I already have a little bit on my finger. I'm just lightly gonna pat it on the apples of my cheek and see how that blends. So that blends beautifully. I'm not a big cream blush person, but it almost feels like it's becoming powder. If you put too much on, you can also take your beauty blender and just kind of use that to blend it out a little bit better. That is really beautiful. I went very subtle. I think it looks really good. Now step 2 of the instructions says to apply the powder blush on top of the cream blush. So this is going to be the powder blush that I'm going to put on top. You can do either or. You don't really have to use a powder blush to set on top of a cream blush, and you don't need a cream blush to put underneath a powder blush. Okay, that is stunning. This blush color I can see being very universally flattering on a lot of different skin tones. It blended very nice. Step 3, apply Face Glow Cream Shimmer as the base, and then use either the Extreme Glow Powder or the Duo Glow Powder or Diamond Powder, or use alone for a dewy glow. Did that make sense? That didn't really make sense to me. So the next step is saying to use the Glow Cream base as your highlighter, and you can either do that alone for a very wet look, and then, or you can put the Diamond Powder, Glow Extreme Powder, or the Duo Glow on top. So I'm going to take some of the Glow Cream base. This is the color that didn't really swatch well, so we're going to see how it looks. And also, I don't really like cream or liquid highlighters because I feel like they break up my foundation, but we'll see if it does or not. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's actually really pretty. A lot prettier than it's swatched on my hand. And I do have foundation underneath, and this isn't breaking it up like most cream highlighters do. So if you want a really subtle glow, you guys can see that, this is really, really pretty. Okay, so we're going to do the Glow Extreme powder, which is this one right here, not the super glittery one. Okay, that looks very wet on the skin. Really stunning. It looks very smooth on the skin, and that you can tell that the shimmers are just so fine in this powder. Wow. So on this cheek, I actually want to try out this Duo Glow, which is right here. It's also a cream. Kind of nervous for this. Okay, so off the bat, this is extremely shimmery. I don't know if that was a good idea for my cheek. I don't know how I feel about this on my cheek. It's just a little too shimmery for me. I can see this being a beautiful highlight on deep skin tones. I mean, it's alright. This swatched beautifully, but spread out on my cheek, I personally am not a fan. It has a really heavy gold sheen to it, which I just don't think is flattering on the entire cheek. So I'm going to take a little bit of the powder blush and just kind of put that on top. The powder blush, and that looks a little better, but yeah, for me, personally would not like that on the cheek. Right, and now what I'm most excited to try is the diamond powder. So I'm going to start off with the Glow Cream base, which this has got a thumbs up for me because I think this is pretty alone, and I think it's really pretty with highlighters on top. And then I'm taking the beautiful diamond powder. This is insanely beautiful. Now, if you don't like glittery highlights, I don't think you're gonna like this, but I'm trying to see if you guys can. Oh my gosh. So this is the diamond. This is the Extreme Glow. So the diamond, I think, has a pretty extreme glow as well. So the Diamond Glow has a lot more fine glitter particles than the Extreme Glow, but it's still so stunning in these lights. Oh, and now that I've tried everything, I'm going to play around a little bit. I'm going to take the Duo Glow Cream, and I'm going to put that on my eyes, on my eyelid. Yeah, I definitely like this on my eyes a lot more than on my face. I think a dupe for this would be the, I think it's Angelic from the Huda Beauty palette. So that's very beautiful on the eyelid. So if I got this palette, I would definitely just use this on my eyelid because I don't really like it on my face. But I think this would be beautiful as a highlight on a person of a darker skin tone. And so I'm going to take Glow Extreme and the Diamond Powder together, and I'm going to use that as my inner corner highlights. Okay, yeah. Now the diamond powder I think would be really stunning all over the lid as well. This is what we did with the palette. Really stunning, very multi-dimensional. Let's take a step back and talk about this palette because it is $90. The formula of these are beautiful. I think each item in this palette has a purpose, has a use, and the quality does not disappoint, as it shouldn't. It's $90. Now cons, of course the major con is that it's a $90 palette and you're only getting 6 things, 3 of which are creams and 3 of which are powders. I do think you can use it for different things besides blush and highlighter. As you saw, I used it on my eyes as well. But that's still, it's $90. The stuff in it is beautiful. Do I think it's unique enough to spend $90? If you're tight on money, I don't think you should spend $90 on this. Though this Diamond Glow powder, it is kind of doing something for me. So, you know, if you love Natasha Denona, you love her brand, you love collecting her products, this does not disappoint. It is beautiful. I really like this palette. I think it's beautiful, as you can see. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there's any requests you have for videos you want to see or any products you want to see me review, just let me know.